Today we will talk about fraction and decimals. We will start with fractions. Fractions are important in our life and عبد شماسي. Fractions are important in our life and actually fractions are our life. Fractions help you learn how to share, like sharing a pizza or sharing a chocolate bar with a friend. You give him a half and the second half is for you. A half can be represented by this figure. What is a fraction made of? The fraction that represents the shaded part is 5/6 because there are 6 in total and there are 5 shaded parts. The number that is down is the denominator and the number that is up is the numerator. Now the second slide with Fahad.
What is a fraction made of? What is the fraction of the circled parts? Okay. It is 5/9 because there are 5 circled parts and the total is 9. The the parts the upper part is the numerator and the downer part is the denominator. Adding and subtracting like fractions. To add or subtract like fraction, add or subtract the numerator and keep the same denominator. Some examples are 2/8 plus 3/8 equal 5/8 and 4/5 minus 2/5 equal 2/5. And these are figures for the equation. Equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are fractions that are equal to each other. And these are examples for equivalent fractions. 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8. They're equivalent because they have the same size of the shaded parts. And the next slide is with Hamid.
How to find equivalent fractions. One way is multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, and you can choose any number. For example, 3/4 equals to 3 times 2/4 times 2 equals 6/8. This model shows 3/4 and 6/8. How to find equivalent fractions. Another way is to divide the numerator and the denominator by their GCF, greatest common factor. For example, 5/10 equals to 5 divided by 5/10 divided by 5 equals half. The next slide will be represented by Abdurrahman Naim.
Mixed numbers and improper fractions. Mixed numbers are a mix of wholes and fraction. An example is 1 and 3/4. An improper fraction has a numerator greater than its denominator. An example is 3/2. 1 3/4. How to convert improper fraction to mixed numbers. Improper fractions are unreal fraction because their numerator is bigger than their denominator. So we need to convert them into mixed numbers, and it will be easier if there was a model. For example, 11/4 equals 2 3/4. Now the next slides are Ahmed Abamni.
to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. Some examples want you to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. It is easy. You need to multiply the whole by the denominator and then add the numerator. For example, 2 3 over 4. E- 2 multiplied by 4 equals to 8. 8 plus 3 equals to 11. So the answer is 11 over 4. Tens and hundreds. Decimals have tens and hundreds and much more. An example of tens is 0.6 and an example of hundreds is 0.06. 0.6 is equal to 6 tenths and 0.16 is equals to 60 hundredths. Converting fractions into decimals. Converting fractions into decimals is too easy. If it was out of 10, so it is a tenth. An example is 6 over 10 equal to 0.6. And if it is out of 100, so it is a hundredth. I will give you two examples, and they are 3 over 100 equals to 0.03, and 52 over 100 is equals to 0.58. These are some examples. The next slide will be presented by Abdullah Al-Adwan.
How to read some decimals. Some fractions that are not out of 10 and 100, but they can be decimals. And some examples are fractions 1 out of 4 equals 0.25. 1 out of 2 equals 0.5. 1 out of 3 equals 0.333. Thanks for listening. Done by the mathematics group. Supervision by Mr. Ahmed Makhlouf.